Chemical and physical properties. This is a piece of iron ore. I could look at it and I can say, well, it's irregularly shaped, it's gray, it has a certain density. Those are all physical properties. I can observe all of those things without changing the substance. If I take that iron and I heat it up so that it's a liquid, and I can pour it, mold it into various things like they would do in a foundry, it's still iron. I haven't changed the iron, I've just melted it. Physical change. I still have iron. Here's what's happening on the molecular level. Here are all of my iron atoms as a solid, very close together, not really moving, vibrating a little, but not really moving. When I heat it up, that allows all these iron atoms to get further apart, and they'll move a little more freely. And that's why I can suddenly pour it. And then when it cools down, it'll go back to this. Reversible, back and forth, still iron atoms, nothing's changed. On the other hand, if I leave my iron out in the air, here are my oxygen molecules. This is the way oxygen is found in the air, oxygen bonded to oxygen. These oxygen molecules will start to react with the iron atoms. And I'm going to get something that looks like this. The iron atoms have lost some electrons and become iron ions. Oxygen atoms have broken the oxygen molecules have broken their bonds to become oxygen atoms, and they have gained the electrons that the iron lost and have become oxygen ions. And now all these positive charges are attracted to all of these negative charges, and I have a compound now. This is rust, iron oxide. So now I no longer have iron atoms, oxygen molecules. I have a new thing called rust. That's a chemical property. So if I can look at something and without changing it, decide what its properties are, those are physical properties. If I paint it, rip it, break it apart with a chisel, those are all physical changes that I'm making. If, on the other hand, at the end, I have something different, I no longer have iron and oxygen, I have rust. If something has changed, that's a chemical reaction or a chemical change.